close relationship between the popes and the beautiful lakeside town of Castel Gandolfo, 30 kilometers from Rome, dates back 400 years, when Pope Urban VIII Barberini chose this idyllic place on gentle vine-covered hills for his summer residence. Since then, many popes have spent their holidays here, writing with their remarkable presence the history of the Church and the world. Like during World War II, when Pope Pius XII converted the palace into a shelter for thousands of Jews.
Facelli è stato per mia madre un santo.
That Pope, Eugenio Pacelli, was a saint according to my mother, because he opened the doors of the palace to ordinary people, and he stayed here for 6 months with them. Then we had Paul VI, who commissioned the construction of the schools for us. He built houses here, and Pope Benedict made his last blessing as Pope also here on February 28th, 2013.
28 febbraio 2013.
Stefano Carozzi, a native of Castel Gandolfo, is the 6th generation of his family to run a bar in the heart of the town, a tradition that began in 1870. The weight of memories tied to the popes is so great, it brings a lump to his throat.
Sì, mi ricordo quella sera.
It was the evening of August 6th, 1978, and at one point we saw an ambulance come rushing in here, and after half an hour the bells rang. And my father told me this is the bell that rings when the Pope dies. On that evening he, Paul VI, died here.
Facelli è morto qua.
But it was especially the long pontificate of St. John Paul II to leave an indelible mark in the hearts of the local people.
Era innamorato di Castello. Lui i primi anni veniva.
He was in love with Castel Gandolfo. He would come after Christmas, he would come on Easter Monday, and on his return from long trips. I remember well when one night he came to the palace straight from Mexico at 11 o'clock at night. There were 100 people down here. They called him and he looked out to bless them. John Paul II is unique. He is our history. He is our family. He belongs to us.
È la nostra famiglia, è una persona di casa, una persona che ci appartiene.
Now, 12 years after Pope Francis decided not to spend his summertime here, his successor, Leo XIV, is coming back, beginning the holiday period in Castel Gandolfo on Sunday, July the 6th.
Si vive un'aria frizzantina.
You can experience the atmosphere of excitement, a very special enthusiasm. The whole town is happy to see so many people coming back from all parts of the world. For us, it is something really beautiful, because the people of Castel Gandolfo, in spite of their innate shyness, are very friendly to welcoming all citizens of the world, as we have always been used to during the Pope's stay.
Abituati, ecco.
For the first time since the pontificate of Pius XI in 1929, the Pope will not stay in the Apostolic Palace, which in 2016 was transformed by Pope Francis into a publicly accessible museum. For the next 2 weeks, from July the 6th to the 20th, Leo XIV will reside in the spectacular Villa Barberini, built by a nephew of Urban VIII in 1628 and immersed in the greenery of the sprawling gardens.
Villa Barberini penso che c'è poco da fare, insomma.
Villa Barberini. I think there's not much that needs to be done, really, since it has always been well maintained. They had to update some facilities that hadn't been used in recent years. Maybe it just needs a bit of painting, but Villa Barberini is beautiful just as it is.
Villa Barberini è bella così.
While the Pope will stay in the garden area, the Pontifical Swiss Guard, the Papal Security Corps, will occupy the back part of the Apostolic Palace.
Anche la caserma.
They're getting everything ready, even the barracks. They've practically raised it to the ground and are completely rebuilding the Swiss Guard barracks.
La Guardia Svizzera.
Vatican employees have been working hard for several weeks now in a huge area of Castel Gandolfo, covering 55 hectares, 136 acres, that has belonged to the Vatican city-state as its extraterritorial part since the Lateran Treaty of 1929.
E poi stiamo vedendo in questi.
We're seeing these days that there is a buzz. Many workers all around cleaning, cutting grass, and a lot of movement in the gardens. There is also the swimming pool being worked on, and a small tennis court will come out next to the pool.
Pope Leo XIV is passionate for sports. He used to go to the gym in Rome 3 times a week. So the summer in Castel Gandolfo will be a perfect time for him to swim and play tennis. But it will be a time of hard work as well, as it has always been for the popes. On Sunday, July the 13th at noon, Pope Leo XIV will meet the faithful for the Angelus prayer in the main square of town, after celebrating Mass at the nearby Church of St. Thomas of Villanova.